And she understands that we're all in this together, that we're stronger together, and that really is what Iowa understands as well. You guys have always had that ethic of unity and solidarity, that ability to sometimes disagree with your neighbors politically, but realize they're human beings, and that we need each other, and that we have to help each other if we're going to succeed. That last phrase probably describes what motivates Kim to go out there for us to win this congressional seat. She is a woman who's all about solving problems. She is a person who understands elder care and what so many more families are going through right now. And most importantly, just like all of you, she thinks that if you go to work to do a job, you should actually get something done. Now, I know this other fellow, whose name I'm not going to mention. I know that for a lot of people who believe in treating other human beings decently and like human beings, a lot of his language and rhetoric and those sorts of things are pretty repulsive. And you all probably, many people have told me that you've been embarrassed that he represents any congressional district in Iowa, let alone your own congressional district. But the real failure of this guy, some of those other things, we'll have to pray for him about. Whether he ever changes his mind or stops talking about other human beings like dogs or the other things that he said. We'll pray for him on that. But voting for your representative is not a matter of prayer. It's about sending somebody to go to work for you. And in 14 years, you have been sending King, I said his name, didn't I? What's that?
Voldemort.
You have been sending Voldemort. You've been sending this guy to Congress for you, and in 14 years, he hasn't passed one bill. What's worse, he pumps out this ideological smokescreen, this sort of, minor league Donald Trump sort of stuff about scapegoating other people not like us, rounding up refugee kids, and all of that stuff. He puts out that ideological smokescreen to hide the fact that he actually votes against the very things that Democrats and Republicans would expect their congressperson to actually vote for. What am I talking about? I'm talking about help after floods. I'm talking about flood insurance. Just a few days ago, we saw the waters crest again over in Cedar Rapids. We're going to see waters crest a lot more until we start drawing carbon out of the atmosphere and restoring the balance of this planet. But in the meantime, you don't need a congressman that's going to vote against every single federal dollar that should come to Iowa to help you in times of flood, in times of drought, in times of famine. Kim is a person that believes in solving problems. She believes in getting things done. There would be many other ways that she could have spent this last year other than pursuing this trust on your behalf. But Kim is, like you, actually believes your government should work. And that when you send people to go to work, they should actually deliver and get things done. So I am glad to be here for Kim Weaver. She is an outstanding public servant, and when people run as candidates, they are serving the public, and we owe it to her to gather around her for this final push. We have 17 days. I know many of us thought we'd never see a guy like Donald Trump take over a major party's nomination. But then again, let's be honest. How many of us might have thought 10 years ago we'd ever see in our lifetimes a black man elected president of the United States? But we got to see that. We got to be a part of that. We made that happen. And in 17 days, we can be a part of making another important event happen. And that is the election of the first woman to be president of the United States in Hillary Clinton. But if you expect her to build on what President Obama has done, you got to send her people to Congress that can work with her. You saw how obstructionists they were when we lost our majority. We need to get it back. We do it one congressional district at a time. We do it because of courageous people with principle. And I want to introduce to you a woman who cares about all of us, cares about solving problems, cares about getting things done, and will work her heart out in Washington for the people of Iowa. Kim Weaver, come on down.